Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to CarAudioFabrication. Mark here, and as you can see on the table behind me, I've finished up the woodworking stage of making these custom beauty panels for Project Stealth. Now in this video, I want to bring you guys up to speed and show you what I did on these beauty panels to get them to this point, but I also want to show you guys something really cool: magnets. That's right, because one of the biggest challenges when you're making custom beauty panels like this to cover up an install is to figure out how everything is actually going to secure into the install without showing off any mounting hardware. You don't want to be seeing screws or bolts or any of those fasteners. All that stuff should be hidden. So a great solution is to think out your design so that you can hide some fasteners, which I've done right here that I'll be showing to you guys. And then you can also use magnets in order to secure everything together. And listen to this beautiful click. Lines up perfectly. I'm going to be showing you guys how it's done. So here we have the Stealth install, and some of you guys have been asking in some of the previous videos, how is this a Stealth install if we're still showing off the subs and we're showing off the amplifiers? The idea here, and now you can really see it kind of come into play, is what I can do is I can actually make a cover piece that will sit down inside of this perimeter shape right here, and it will actually sit over the subs and sit over the amplifiers. That way this will be one completely flat surface when I want it to, and when I want to show the stuff off, I can just pull out those cover pieces and show off the install. Now, I've made some progress in between the last video and this video, so I'm going to pull all of this stuff out so I can show you guys what I've done. I just really want to give you guys a good understanding of how all these pieces go together to give you guys some ideas for your builds. Right, Hertz? Yeah, we're gonna show them. So you guys saw the step-by-step process on everything on how to make these. This is the cover that goes over the subwoofers. This is the cover that goes over the amplifiers. All of these holes here, I use fasteners to secure into the subwoofer box and into the amplifier rack. And then we have this panel that goes on top and hides all of those fasteners. A little something like this. Now, how does this panel mount into the vehicle? Well, it's mounted on these three holes, which if we move this back a little bit, you can see that I have 3 threaded inserts in the amplifier rack cover. So what I did between videos is I made this arc cut, and then I used a rabbiting bit, which creates this step just like this, and I'll show you guys why in just a second. The other thing I did with the router is I used a round over bit on all of these edges in order to round all the edges over and make everything look nice and smooth. Once we wrap it with the carpet, this will give it a much more finished look. And also, if we pick this up so that we can look at the back side of the panel, I've got it flipped over now. I created a rabbited edge on the back side. That way I can wrap the carpet around and secure it here. So up until this point, all 3 of these panels are secured into the vehicle by using mounting fasteners. Now the last thing we need to do here is we need to cover up these couple of fasteners here, and I'm going to be doing that with this final beauty panel that comes in, and it holds in place with magnets. We're going to get into the magnets in a second, but I did want to show you guys, if you remember this rabbited groove that I was showing you earlier, the whole reason for that is I can have the top of these fasteners a little bit lower than that surface, and then with this piece here, which also has a rabbited groove on the underside, if you watch, you can see that that will cover those up. So check this out. The cool thing with the magnets is this thing will perfectly self-align, just clicks into place like so. Good to go. So how did I add all of these magnets? Well, I first started with determining all of the locations where I wanted to mount the magnets by measuring out their locations and marking them. You'll notice that I've lined up the 2 different pieces of wood that are going to be stuck together with the magnets, and I'm currently working from the bottom side. So I'm using a small 1/16 inch drill bit in order to drill a very tiny hole at each of these locations. The magnets I'll be using are these neodymium disc magnets that are a 1/2 inch in diameter. I'll put a link for you guys down in the video description. I've now separated the 2 different pieces of wood, and I'm using this guy right here. This is a 1/2 inch Forstner bit, which allows me to make a precise hole for each of these magnets. I then double check the depth of the hole, make sure it's good and deep enough to allow the magnet to sit flush with that surface. With the hole ready to go, I'm going to be using CA glue in order to secure each of these magnets in position. I I add some glue to the hole, push in the magnet, and then kick it using the activator. After adding all of the magnets to one side of the panel, I start adding them to the other, and I just have to make sure that I align the magnets correctly so that they will stick together rather than repel each other. Once all my magnets are added, this is the coolest, most satisfying feeling. You can see that it really just clicks into place, everything lines up perfectly, and these magnets are good and strong. I'm going to add everything back into the vehicle, and my friends, you know what? It's time for another musical time lapse. Now before we sign out here, a couple of things I wanted to bring up. Guys, we hit 300,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I can't believe it. I truly thank you guys for all the support. It's incredible to me that you guys love watching these build videos. It really means the world to me. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm definitely looking forward to the future, and something new that you guys have been asking for the longest time is a CarAudioFabrication fan sticker pack. So I finally got around to putting that together. As you can see, it includes 6 different lovely stickers right here. You can get a sticker pack in white, or you can get it in black. I actually showed these on Instagram and Facebook, and a ton of you guys have been showing your support already. I really, truly appreciate it. I also got to give a big thanks to the CarAudioFabrication membership team, John, Brian, Ali, Goldfang, Steve, Jerry, Emmanuel, and the rest of the team. A big thanks to those guys for being such a big part of helping make these videos possible. If you want to learn more about how you can join the team, you can check out details to that down below as well. As always, my friends, thank you guys for watching.